Hello everyone. How are you doing? Before we start, how's everyone? How are you doing? Let me know who's present. And remember, I'm using StreamYard to chat with you today. So please, you'll see that in the description, they will ask you, there's a message that will ask you, grant your permission to StreamYard to use your profile so I can see your names. But let me know who's there. Let me know who's there and welcome. What I'll do before I dive deep into today's topic, I will do what I do every week. At least this is what I'm kind of focusing on doing every week to make sure that the experience is clear, the experience is shorter than usual, but at least as empowering. So I would like to welcome all my new beautiful members. We receive every week new members, new light workers, regardless again of your intuitive level, your intuitive expression level. You're all welcome here. It's true that if you are dormant, meaning you're not too sure, you haven't played yet with your intuitive powers, you might find that some words and some concepts are a little bit out there. But I'm pretty sure that just the title of our community, and if you're on YouTube as well, make sure you join our community. Our community is on YouTube. It's a private one, but it's open to all light workers who are really are desiring to open up their intuitive abilities so they can be aligned with their purpose and they know what they're supposed to do with their powers. Kelsey's here, Anne is here. Let me know who else is here in the comment section. I would love that. So the spirit of our group, of this group, and again, if you're on YouTube, I do invite you to join the group, as next week's, actually we have another meeting this week. It's on Friday. It's at 11:30 Pacific, 2:30 Eastern. We will, and this one is going to be exciting because I will talk about what I received. Beth, hello. I will talk about what I received, of course, what I channeled around 2025, and that will be exclusive to our group. I won't share it with anyone else. So I will talk about it. I will quickly channel to see if there's other stuff they want to add to what I received, but I think you will want to be there. Again, the replay will be accessible. Being live allows you to ask questions, of course, and I can reply to them live, but there's another one. So being present, being a member of the group allows you to have way more activations and channeled content. So the spirit of the group is to welcome all light workers, intuitives, healers, who are really focused on developing their intuitive powers seriously, so they can be of service, aligned, of service to others, aligned with their soul purpose as a light worker. So your soul purpose is also something we'll talk about next week, but it allows you to understand why you have those gifts. And are you supposed to use them for your family, with your family, or with the rest of the world? It's so helpful to know why you have been given this incarnation, why you chose this incarnation, but why you have those powers. The experience of unlocking your intuitive powers is exciting the first months, the first years. Afterwards, you're like, great, what do I do with this? So next week we will talk about the importance of knowing your soul purpose as a light worker. So for those who are joining me for the first time, I'm Natalie. I am your host. I am a channeler. I specifically channel people's higher selves, cosmic teams, allowing us to access all the information about your incarnation, about your past lives, about your future timelines, about your soul purpose. Shawnette, hello, everything. So every time I share an information to one of my students, or even as a group, it's not Natalie analyzing your situation. Everything's channeled. I specifically work with light workers because this is my mission. I really want to activate those powers in you. I really want you to realize how fun, how exciting it is to reconnect to our divine nature, which is to be humans and doing our third dimensional stuff, but also to reconnect to those abilities. Everybody can actually use those abilities, but most of us, or a lot of us, won't be interested in doing so, or won't even use them really, or might be scared. So I really specifically work with light workers as a mentor, with light workers who want to be of service, who want to develop seriously, want to develop their intuitive powers. And we, of course, uncover your wonderful soul purpose. So today, it's all about really talking about your higher self and understanding that your higher self, it is your interdimensional connector. Interdimensional meaning connecting to other realities where telepathy is easy, where energy healing is easy. It's bringing that knowledge into this reality so we can use it and share it. And connecting to your higher self is so important. We will talk about that today. But before we do that, as we will do every week whenever we have an activation together, is to start with what I call an opening activation to get us all ready to integrate the information that will come through today, not only with our mind, but also with our heart. When you integrate things with your heart center, it brings a feeling of, yes, I know, it makes sense, it feels right, I remember, it feels that I already played with these energies, or I already know. So let's start with this. Get comfy, beautiful ones, and the seated position is always the best one, but get your feet touching the ground. Take a deep breath in through the nose and release completely, like a big sigh of letting go. Inhale through the nose, breathe out through the mouth so you can really connect to the heart center, to the crown chakra, to the solar plexus. This deep inhale through the nose and deep exhale through the mouth allows the energy to circulate and recalibrates gently everything that may be misaligned. Let's do this for 3 more breathing cycles at our own pace. Beautiful. So see yourself, imagine yourself in a beautiful bubble of white light. This bubble of white light allows your physical self, so your body and everything you feel, your heart, and all the emotions going through you, and your mind, your thoughts. This bubble of white light allows your physical body to release tension, to calm down, to feel at peace. So see it the best you can. And also see that the white light vibrates around you. It's as if you were in an egg and the eggshell was see-through, was transparent, and was moving, like if energy was just shaking a little bit the shield around you. So take the time to really check the or monitor the whole bubble of white light around you and see its vibration. And you'll see that the vibration, the fluctuation, the movements in the white light itself are slowing down. They're vibrating slower and slower, as if they were connecting to your cosmic heartbeat. And as you relax, your heartbeat slows down to a very healthy level. And the same thing is happening with your cosmic light, your bubble of white light, starting to vibrate at a lower pace. Beautiful. Your heart center is open. Imagine that you have right in the center of your chest a little door opening up. And from this door, you can see a light coming through, as if we had opened an access to another dimension. This is exactly the door you open every time you channel, every time you speak to the divine. Everyone talks about the crown chakra, the third eye, but the actual portal is in the heart center. And all the words that will be shared today, all the concepts, all the definitions, all the thoughts and ideas will enter not only your mind and your third dimensional reality, but they will also enter your heart center as it is relaxed, open. And every word and every energy held within the word, within the sentence, within the idea itself, every energy held in what I share will resonate with something that needs to be unlocked, with something you need to remember, with something that needs to be upgraded within you. It will energetically shift you. You're now ready to receive the lesson or the lessons, today's lessons, from a heart center point of view. Take a deep breath in through the nose and relax completely. And when you're ready, you can simply open your eyes, beautiful ones. So if you're joining me, let me know right now who's here. We have already some beautiful people. Today, our masterclass is all about understanding that your higher self, Kelsey, yes, I'm excited too. Your higher self is the interdimensional connector. So I have a few notes to make sure that I don't forget anything. And again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate, post them. I will read them, and I'll try to answer them as I go along. Last week, we had a masterclass last Tuesday. You can go back to it if you want to. And we were identifying the two key elements that will help you increase your intuitive connection. We talked about the higher self. We talked about being clear around your soul purpose as a light worker. Today, we talk about your higher self. Next week, Tuesday, we will talk about the soul purpose. And we'll follow on September 22nd a masterclass that will summarize over an hour or so all the concepts we have shared, little pieces here and there, but we will integrate this through an activation, and one of you will receive a free connection. That is next week. You will get all the details for September 22nd As it won't happen on Facebook, it will happen on Zoom. So you need to receive the private invitation. What is your higher self? Your higher self is you vibrating at a higher frequency, meaning that this aspect of you isn't scared of pain, isn't even worried, is not anxious, is not impatient, is not sick, is not limited in its vision, in its potential. It knows everything about you. It knows everything about humanity. It knows everything about the times you're going through. It knows everything about your past lives. It knows everything about your potential future timelines, which means what could happen to you in the next weeks, in the next months. It knows who's working with you, energetically speaking. So your higher self may be called super consciousness, pure consciousness, as Kelsey's asking. Sometimes people might mistake it with soul. The soul, think of, I think I explained it last time a bit this way, but think of the soul being the CEO and the higher self being the manager, or the manager. So it's kind of, the soul can incarnate itself at the same time in different places. It can learn from many sources. The higher self is really coordinating, is really managing what you experiencing as a person. Your higher self is the ideal version of who you are. Again, without the flaws and only the beautiful perspectives of your powers, of your loving nature. So it never doubts. It trusts you to a point that even your parents cannot hold you that lovingly. And it is what speaks to you when you receive guidance. And yes, sometimes you might receive guidance from an archangel, an angel, an alien from another planet, from an animal spirit. Everything is allowed, is authorized, coordinated by your higher self. And it's happening very quickly. Everything is telepathic. So if ever Archangel Michael or an entity coming from another planet wants to talk to you because it has something to tell you that will help you evolve, very quickly there's an understanding that your higher self allows that communication, allows that entity to contact you, because it will help you. Because it will help you understand and grow. Nothing that is meant to devaluate, decrease your intuitive powers will come through, unless you are looking for that kind of information. And even that, everything is meant to help you grow and continuously grow. So your higher self is making sure you always stay aligned with your soul mission. We'll talk about the importance of knowing your soul mission so you don't get distracted by all the beautiful activations, and then when you come back to reality, you're lost. So many light workers are lost. They have wonderful powers, but they don't know what to do with it. Or they just work with one-on-one people while they're one-on-one individually, while they could actually be of service to so many. So we'll talk about that, but your higher self knows everything. So when you're off course, when you are out of alignment, that's where you start to receive messages. And it's your higher self making sure that this is where you need to go. If you're a little bit off, let me send you a reminder that there's another way to get to your destination, to waste less time, to get less distracted, to get less exhausted. It will even send you messages regarding how to heal yourself. It's how wonderful it is. So everyone has a higher self, light workers or non-light workers, and it holds a specific mission. not the higher self. Your soul gave you a mission for your incarnation. But again, I always gave that analogy. Your higher self is your GPS. Your body is the vehicle, the car, and you're the driver. You're actually your conscious mind is the driver, and your soul is actually everything. It's the road, it's the destination, it's the point of origin. That's everything. But your higher self is sitting with you on the passenger seat in your car, in your life, and is letting you know, turn left, turn right, go straight. If you don't listen because you're focused on one thing, or you're very stubborn, or you haven't learned a lesson and seems to repeat the same cycle, your higher self will never give up. It will always send you people, lessons, good and less good, uplifting and a little bit more difficult if you're resisting the lesson, but it will never cease to support you. The lightworker's advantage is that we are developing our intuitive power, so that communication becomes clearer and clearer. So developing your connection is crucial to become a peaceful, abundant, empowered lightworker. Again, everybody is connected to the higher self. That is undeniable. But not everyone listens to their intuition. The intuition is the channel that is being used to speak to you. So you need to be attentive to everything you already receive, even if you consider yourself not being super intuitive or super connected. You are already receiving. The fact you're here is already a sign that your higher self said, oh, the information you will get from here will activate something within you, a remembering, or at least maybe energetically will shift something. Same thing with everything you do. Sometimes you do it by accident, you just show up at the right place. And sometimes it's a conscious thought that you have to do it. You're called to be doing something. But you have to be attentive, even if you're not too sure you're really connected to your higher self. Every time, dreams, just buying a book and then opening a page by accident and exactly what you needed to hear. Oracle cards are actually magical for this, as they very quickly allow your higher self to deliver a message, to share a message that is on point for you. People are also placed in your life to ignite something within you. So you have to be attentive, even though you don't consider yourself fully intuitive. It's already speaking to you. And you have to understand what are your predominant clairs. As you start to listen, as you start to trust your higher self, it will talk to you even more. Because it says, oh, she is listening to me. He is listening to me. So it means I can send more information, more often, longer information. So it means that not only do you have to be attentive when it's sending you guidance in your daily life, when you're focused on something else, suddenly bang, you have a vision, you have a gut feeling, you have an impression, or you just get a vision, you just get an intuition that you need to be doing something. But you also have messages and guidance coming through when you are meditating, when you're sleeping. So you need to be attentive to this, but you need to understand how you receive the information. Do you receive more visions? Do you hear? Do you feel? Do you smell? Do you know? Do you need to write? How does it come to you? At the beginning, you might not be sure about that, but eventually you'll realize that you have definitely what we call the clairs, clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, claircognizance. You will realize that you have a predominant one and you have some secondary ones. To be honest with you, we can all use them. Lightworkers can use all of them. And I find myself having all of them. My predominant one is the clairvoyance. But sometimes I will know. I will simply know. I won't see anything. And actually, the next activation we will have around the topic of the year 2025, I was just sharing information with my students, and suddenly, bang, numbers 2025, and then a flow of information came through as if I knew what I was talking about, but I was also discovering the content as I was verbalizing it. This was claircognizance. I knew something I didn't know. Sounds weird, but this is how it is. So you have to be observant. You have to be actively uh, you have to actively be invested in your growth as a light worker. You need to know, and even though you feel you are a seasoned light worker, that you already master your craft, trust me that you will uncover every month new abilities and will strengthen existing abilities. Every time I'm surprised that, oh, I can do this. Sometimes your clients or people you work with will activate this because then they speak and receive the information in a certain way. So it means you have to use your own abilities in order to be able to communicate clearly this to your client or whoever you work with. So understand how you work and how it's coming through you, so you can ask, give me a vision. If you're more clairvoyant, just ask for a vision. Just speak, have that dialogue with your higher self. Ask for guidance. Higher self, give me guidance. You can talk to your guides, you can talk to whom or whatever you believe in, but in the end, it's that aspect of you that knows better what you need at the moment, and it will bring it to your reality, so you're aware that you're not alone. Listen to your body's reaction. We forget that the body is also used by your higher self to trigger a very quick reaction, to get your attention very quickly. So the gut feeling is one, but let's say you're going through an energetic shift. Shivers may come through, tingling may come through, temperature shifts may come through. That is a sign that your body is already entering another vibration or another frequency, and something is shifting. So it's an invitation to stop, close your eyes if you need to, and see, okay, what is happening? Am I receiving a transmission? Your body is talking to you, is being used as a tool for interdimensional connections. So it is very important that you listen to your body. Now, what is the difference between the gut feeling, like when you sense there's a potential danger that you shouldn't be doing, and the higher self communicating within you? The gut feeling, the survival mode, the subconscious mind using your body to let you know that don't talk to this person. You remember they usually hurt you, and you have that tension in the body that lets you know that be aware, be careful. This is survival instinct. This is fight, flight, fawn, or freeze mode. And it is instinct more than it is intuition. Intuition will trigger the body in a positive way. It's just to get your attention. It's quicker. When the higher self triggers your body, it doesn't go through a process, a very long language process, a very long communication process. If you receive an information, a word, a vision, your mind will have a tendency to very quickly try to analyze it, to understand what it means. But when the body's triggered, it doesn't go through the mind. It goes through the sensations. And sensations are triggered way before a thought is triggered. So again, if you're entering a room and this room has a wonderful energy, you're receiving some kind of communication there, your body will feel it before you know it is happening. So listen to your body's reaction, whether you're at home, whether you're meditating now, even now, just me talking about this. Does it trigger I don't know, could be anything, tingling, sweating, desire to cough, desire to yawn, desire to blink, anything. That is a sign that your body's telling you, Something is happening, just be aware. Be aware, I shouldn't say be aware, just be attentive, because it can let you know that something potentially dangerous may come, but usually it's always to help you understand that you are now receiving a message. Be attentive. So the daily practice is as important as any kind of exercise or any kind of routine. There's no other way than every day communicating with your higher self and ask them questions, but also be proactive. Don't wait like on your chair. You might, if you're a good channeler and a good experienced channeler, you might very easily receive information, whether you're in a car, not driving, whether you're in a car, even though you can drive and still channel, but anywhere, or at home relaxing, or in an open field, or by the ocean, you can channel and receive information everywhere. But if you're asking for a specific question and nothing comes through your clairs, then start to look for external objects, card decks, books, a video. Just, you have, the phone is great for that. I know people sometimes are criticizing technology, but for me, I think it's a gift, because if ever I have a question, less now, but it happens by accident, I'm saying, oh my God, I would just need like a wonderful meditation to help me sleep. And then bang, suddenly there's an ad on Facebook, somebody promoting something. It's that easy after a while, but you need to trust, okay? You need to trust and every day ask. That's the only way to develop your intuitive powers, to strengthen your connection with your higher self, and of course to feel you understand how this is working for you specifically. Understanding your unique language. Now, let's say you have developed your powers, you have developed your abilities, you start to understand how they work. You will realize that it has a very specific way to speak to you. The way I channel is not the way you channel, is not the way other known channelers are channeling. There might be some similarities, but I associate some feelings, some body responses, some hand movements, some feelings, some visions to a specific message your higher self wants to convey to you through me when I channel for a specific person, not for me, but for a client or for a group. And I know personally, and I know it's happening too for a lot of other channelers this way, or, intuitives, but whenever I know my client is clearing emotional blocks, and the clearing is happening, it's not just a vision, energetically it's happening, I start to feel like a flow of emotion, like really from the gut up, as if I was going to cry, but never do I shed a tear. It stops there. But knowing that this is coming up, I know, and I tell my clients, we're clearing right now. We're clearing the blocks, the emotional blocks that you have. Of course, everybody, there would be way more precisions around that, but that. Nobody told me, Natalie, when you will feel kind of a contained desire to cry, you will never do it. Nobody never told me these are not your tears. These are, emotions that have been repressed in your client for so long. I had to understand. And actually, it happened very quickly. The first time it happened, I said, is it my stuff or not? And at the same time, I was describing what I was receiving from my client. Already, I was receiving an information. This is energy clearing for our clients. So every time it came back, and it's reusing the same pattern. Every time I know, I'm talking, let's wait, energy clearing's coming through. So for me, this is a cosmic vocabulary that my higher self is using with me to let my clients know that something specific is happening. When I work with light workers who are highly intuitive, whether they know it or not, it's easier for us to rise into higher dimensions. Very quickly, I will see a vortex. Some of them, I'll see them in a kind of a small pod, a cosmic or space pod, and they very quickly travel and they go exactly either to their star origin, or it's like I don't have to wait for the person to understand we're right there. So that is a sign. I know right away, oh, that person is connected to high vibrations. They have a lot of experience as a light worker, or at least they're holding a potential of being a very powerful light worker. I sense it. Doesn't mean a person who doesn't use or show doesn't show me this in a session, they won't become highly intuitive. It means that that person is ready for a massive upgrade. Other people, we might have to work on their emotions before that. Maybe one session later, 2 sessions later, bang, the vortex appears and really quickly we rise. But I needed to understand this. And even with, other friends or other colleagues or even my mentor, it's like there's things you have to learn on your own, because my way of receiving information is not the same as yours. So that's important. So try to understand when feelings, visions, information, guidance comes and uses the same tool, the same means to speak to you, you'll know after a while what it means. You'll know exactly what it means for you and for others. You'll know what is happening very quickly. And your intuitive perspectives as a light worker, as an emerging, rising, abundant light worker, are immense, and they never stop. The more you dedicate time daily to this practice, the more you're strengthening your intuitive abilities. We're talking about channeling, healing energy, mediumship, automatic writing, telepathy, light language. They will come. But you need to have fun and trust. And again, everything comes from your higher self. Your higher self opens doors, lets you know. And every opportunity you seem to have, it's because energetically a door opened and you allow this information to come to your reality. Somebody who's not interested in what we're talking right now, unless it's in their mission to be an active light worker, then something's going to happen to activate them very quickly. But most of the time, it's an interest, it's a desire, and the more you do to align yourself with your mission, with your abilities, more coming through. I hope it's clear what I'm saying. I know for some of you that is a known fact. For others, it's like you're excited, I suppose, to develop more of these powers. But feel free to ask questions as I read somebody's comment here. I got anxiety one time when I took a job I wasn't supposed to take. Yeah. Anxiety is a different message, but it is a message that you have to listen to. And I think it's wonderful what you did. As I said, you have the survival instinct, and that's the instinct. It's visceral. It's based on your subconscious mind and your body knowing that if they go in that situation, I need to drink. It's your body and your mind reminding you that if you expose yourself again to a certain type of situation, you're going to get hurt. So it triggers anxiety. That is, sorry, I just had a few sessions before, so I guess I'm losing my voice a bit. But that's your body letting you know that don't go there. Intuition, it's felt on another level. It's more uplifting. It's less of a warning. It's more an invitation. So it's important that you know the difference, because you'll understand more like Is it an instinct? I should be doing this, or no, I need a massage. I need my body's asking for it. This is instinctive. It's biological. Intuition is I need a massage, but who am I going to? You're watching, you're just checking online. You see 3 different websites. You see a picture, something happens. The energy happens. That is your intuition. You don't even read the description of the person's services. It's like intuitively something is happening. And you will feel it more solar plexus, heart center, throat, in the upper area, like the upper part of your body. You'll know that that's more intuition. The lower part, solar plexus down, is more instinct. They're both good. They're both helping you, but they're just, different things. Do you have any questions or any comments, guys? Was it clear? Do you feel you're using all your powers? Do you feel that? Do you feel you're mastering them? Do you feel more is to come? I would love to know about that. And while I'm waiting for your comments and questions, I just want to remind you that Friday we have another activation, but this time it's more going to be a forecasting activation. And next week we have part 2 of this series. Next week on Tuesday, we will talk about your soul purpose and how important it is to be clear. Again, having powers, using powers is important, and you will go through many phases. The first one is discovering, exploring, number 2, playing, experimenting, number 3, and then you will hit a plateau. The plateau will be, wow, okay, I know now how to channel. I know how to heal with my hands. I need to practice with people. You're doing this. You're becoming very, very good. And then you're getting clients, you're getting attention, you're having fun. And there will be a point where you will be, when you will be, okay. You will have a lot of questions running through your mind. It will be, do I still work in my old job? Do I quit everything? Do I work with more people? Do I work with this type of people? Do I stay in my town? Do I work at home? Do I work remotely? Do I do everything of this? And for what purpose do I have those gifts? It's great. It's fun because I feel I can help myself and I can help the ones who are coming to me. But eventually you will hit a plateau. I have observed that with every student, including myself, until your soul purpose becomes clear and you're reminded every time, every day why you do this. When you're totally focused, and also when you are losing faith, because that too will happen. And only when you're not clear about your mission. When you're clear about your soul purpose or your soul mission as a light worker, even if you have down times, even if you don't know if you should take that job, if you should offer a program or anything about even your personal life, you will get up every morning and you'll say, I'm here to help these people. I develop those powers not just for me. There's a reason. And we all have a different reason. We have a main mission, which is to help humanity remember who they are divinely and adapt these ability in our reality. So everyone becomes autonomous. Everyone relies on their own higher self connection so they know what to do and not always depend on an external source of guidance, a government, a teacher, a spouse. Always like, if they're not here, I'll be lost. If they're not here, I won't know what to do. That is the ultimate light worker mission. But within that big frame, that big that big mission, that global mission, that collective mission, you have a specific one. For me, it's to work with awakening light workers so they can help others and they can feel autonomous, totally sure about what they're supposed to do. So that's why I talk about those topics. But for you, you might just be here to help people heal their emotional wounds, or maybe heal their chronic pains, maybe both. Maybe you're here to work one-on-one, maybe you're here to work with a group, or maybe you're here to start on one end and just jump to another end. Your mission, there's a big global one, but there's also regular shifts in your mission. So next week we will talk about more precisely about the mission, your mission, and the masterclass happening on the 22nd. What you need to develop, what is your next step of development, and what is your soul purpose, so you can understand that. So it's happening next week. I hope you can be there, guys. So how are you doing? I think it's time for us to disconnect. But again, oh, by the way, the masterclass is totally free. I'll send you all the details. All you'll have to do is just register. And if you have any questions, whether you're watching this live or as a replay, let me know. I'll be very, very happy to connect and answer your question. I hope you enjoyed it. And before we go, I invite you to close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through the nose and let go. As we conclude, we're also closing our energetic field. So it comes back to this third dimensional reality. Whatever was said today, whether you knew it or not, is holding an energy that is right now activating the remembrance of your divine self with your specific tools, with your specific intuitive gifts, with a very specific mission. Through this conversation, we have stimulated, we have activated some codes that will reveal more information in the next days, in the next hours. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I wish you a wonderful day. I hope to see you on Friday as we talk about 2025, if you're watching this live. If not, the replay will be accessible. And again, the Friday's activation is only happening in the Facebook group. I won't post it on Facebook or anywhere else. It's exclusive. All right, beautiful one. I just send you lots of love and I'll see you Friday. Bye-bye for now, or Saturday if you're in Australia. Bye-bye.